Okay, we are going to talk about this transition visual today. I have used this visual for nearly 3 decades, and I found it most effective when I'm using it to help learners who have challenges transitioning away from something they really like to do to something they don't necessarily like to do. It's very effective. So I'm just going to walk you through quickly how you might use it with one of your learners. And by the way, I've used this method with children as young as 3 years old. I've used it with school-age children, and I've also used it with my adults. When I say adults, I'm young adults and middle-aged and older adults as well. So this is what the visual looks like. And as you can see, it's color-coded. And each one of these colors has a significant meaning. So I use the colors green, yellow, red, and orange. Green is our starting point. Yellow is our 3/4 of the way done with an activity point. We're going to stop at red, and then we're going to transition to the next activity with the color orange. And all of these colors and the way I have this set up is going to make a lot of sense once I get to the last slide and explain it to you. But you can see it's a very simple construction. I used construction paper with the different colors, and it took me all of about 20 minutes to make it from start to finish. And then I put Velcro, pieces of Velcro on each of the colors. So this is what you are going to need. You will need pictures of each of the items or activities the learner is going to engage with. So hypothetically, I'm just using a picture of a tablet and a picture of some math homework. So my learner in this hypothetical situation really likes to use the tablet. It's a highly preferred activity. They don't necessarily like to engage in doing their math homework, especially right after they use the tablet. So in this situation, my learner might tantrum, might refuse, might go into full-out meltdown if they have to transition away from the tablet to do the math homework. So the transition board is slowly but surely going to help ease them into this next activity without so much drama, for lack of a better term. And I also want you to use a visual timer, and you will see why this will come in handy, especially in the initial stages when you are training this visual. So we can begin. When you start, we are going to pair, or we're going to put up the picture of the iPad on the green rectangle. That's where we're going to start. And that's just an indicator to our learner. This is what we're doing. This is where we're starting. And then you can see what I have on the other end of the visual in orange is a picture of the math book. And what that's going to let our learner know is that's what's going to come next. So when we start, we're going to have this picture of the iPad tablet right on green. And then about 3/4, almost 3/4 of the way through that activity, and we're going to know because we're going to set a timer for how long our learner is engaging in the activity. So about 3/4 of the way through, we're going to move our visual to yellow. And what that's going to do is that's going to let our learner know we are almost done. Okay, so slowly but surely we are preparing the learner. And again, that's why I said it was a good idea to, when you're introducing this, introduce it first with a visual timer. And this little picture here is our visual timer. So once we are done, again, we are going to transition or move our picture from almost done, and we're going to let our learner know with a point prompt, with a vocal prompt, it's time to stop. We are done with the iPad. Now this next step is where the magic really occurs, okay? Because we're letting them know, and there can be some powerful learning here in this orange phase, because that's where our learner can contact reinforcement. In layman's terms, that's where we can reward our learner. When they stop using the iPad, and we're going to let them know the iPad is all done. Time for our math. And this goes here. Or we can even keep the iPad here and they can work towards it another few minutes again. So what I want you to remember is when that visual moves and they transition successfully from the red, they stop the preferred activity and they move towards and transition to the less preferred activity. In this case, it was the math book. We need to play that up. We need to identify whatever it is that motivates our learner, and they have earned it at that point. So if it's verbal, vocal praise, good job stopping with the tablet and opening up your math book. Or if it's providing a small edible, we need to really play that up, because that's where the most significant learning is going to occur. Now, again, it'll feel a little awkward when you first start to do it, but I promise you, if you stick with it, I have seen this work over the years with my learners. It's a very effective tool, and it can really, you can build off of it. You can use it later on for a transition into the first then concept, but it's a very, very powerful tool. So I hope you have enjoyed this very brief tutorial, and please give me some feedback. Let me know if you used it with your learners, and if you did use it, how effective was it? So until next time, I wish you peace and blessings. Take care.